Welcome back to our channel, where we explore the most compelling true crime stories from around the globe. Today, we're diving into another tragic and heart-wrenching case that occurred on December 11th, 2021. On this day, a couple checked into a hotel, but the following morning, December 12th, 2021, the housekeeping staff knocked on their door and received no response. Initially, the housekeeper assumed they were still asleep and returned later to knock again, but there was still no answer. Concern grew as the couple hadn't emerged from their room, not even for the breakfast that was ready for them. After that, the housekeeping staff informed the manager that a couple had checked into the hotel the previous night, but hadn't come out since then. Despite knocking on their door multiple times, there was no response. Hearing this, the manager reassured the housekeeper, saying, "It's okay, I have a spare key to their room. Let's go and check." Together they opened the door with the spare key, only to find the room empty, which puzzled both of them. Where could the couple have gone without being seen? The manager then noticed a foul odour coming from the room. As he carefully inspected the area and bent down to look under the bed, he suddenly started screaming. Before proceeding, I'd like to share an important message with everyone. We've been exerting our utmost effort to produce top-notch content on our channel. Despite our dedication over a considerable period, we're yet to reach our initial goal of 1,000 subscribers, with 97% of our viewers yet to subscribe. Therefore, we kindly ask you to consider subscribing to our channel if you enjoy our content. Under the bed, the manager and the housekeeper, they discovered a woman's body, headless and unclothed. The manager was terrified by the sight and immediately called the police. When the police arrived, they too were shocked by the gruesome scene. A thorough search of the room revealed that the woman's head was missing, making identification nearly impossible. Additionally, a tattoo on her body had been deliberately mutilated with a knife to further obscure her identity. The killer had left no clues, making it extremely difficult for the police to determine who the woman was or track down her murderer. The biggest challenge for the police was now to identify the woman whose body they had found. They needed to determine her name and where she lived. The police asked the manager if the couple had provided their names and ID when they checked in. The manager then instructed his staff to bring the register. The register showed that the couple had checked in under the names Rubina Begum and Amjad Khan. However, the hotel staff had made a crucial error by not collecting their ID proof, though the couple had written an address in the register. A police team went to that address but discovered that no one named Rubina Begum or Amjad Khan lived there, indicating that the couple had provided a false address. Afterwards, the police carefully examined the CCTV footage from the hotel. Although the faces of the couple were visible, they were wearing masks, making identification difficult due to the ongoing coronavirus pandemic, during which everyone was wearing masks. At around 3 a.m, the footage showed a lone boy leaving the room with a bag in his hand. The police realised that this boy had likely murdered the girl. He was clever enough not to use any vehicle. He arrived and left the hotel on foot. The police then started checking the cameras of nearby shops and hotels, hoping to find some evidence to identify the murderer. Eventually, they found footage of the boy heading towards an area with no hotels, shops, bus stands, or auto stands. The investigators were puzzled as to why the boy had gone to that secluded road. They began a thorough investigation of the area. The road ended at a very deep pit, and inside the pit, the police spotted a box. Due to the depth of the pit, the police called a special team to retrieve the box. When the special team arrived, they opened the box and found the head of a woman inside. They also discovered a purse in the pit, which contained a doctor's prescription with the name Poonam Pal written on it. The police now knew that the murdered woman's name was Poonam Pal. The doctor whose prescription was found has a clinic in Goregaon. Investigators visited the doctor and showed him a picture of the deceased woman. Upon seeing the picture, the doctor identified her and mentioned that she and her husband had visited him for medication. He also noted that they paid for the visit online, not with cash. The police then used the UPI ID to trace the couple's address, confirming that the woman's name was indeed Poonam Pal and her husband's real name was Ram Silochan Pal. Further investigation revealed that Poonam and Ram were married but did not live together. The police attempted to call Ram Silochan Pal, but his mobile phone remained switched off for the entire weekend. They also discovered that Ram Silochan Pal was a computer software engineer who often stayed out of the house due to work commitments. Initially, the police thought he might have turned off his mobile phone due to work pressure on his day off. However, further investigation revealed that Ram Silochan Pal had never done this before. His phone was always on. This raised suspicions, prompting the investigators to visit his house directly. When the police arrived, Ram Silochan Pal appeared a bit nervous. He asked why they had come to his house and what they wanted. The police informed him that they had found a woman's body and were there to investigate. They then asked Ram Silochan Pal where he was on Saturday night. Ram Silochan Pal told the police that he was at home on Saturday night and had turned off his mobile phone because he wanted to relax alone. The police questioned him harshly, and he eventually explained everything truthfully. He stated that he and his wife Poonam were married in Uttar Pradesh, but he worked in Mumbai. Despite being married, Poonam still lived with her parents due to a family tradition called Gana, which dictates that the bride remains with her parents until the ceremony is completed. Ram and Poonam used to meet on Sundays and often went out together. When the police asked what happened on the night of the murder, Ram began to tell them the whole story. Ram Silochan Pal confessed that he had gone to a hotel with his wife, where he registered under false names and provided a fake address. They wore masks to avoid being recognised. That night, he strangled his wife and cut her throat. He explained that his wife had a tattoo on her hand, which he tried to remove to prevent her from being identified. His entire plan was to make sure she couldn't be identified and that the police would never trace the crime back to him. He also switched off his mobile phone to hide his location. When the police asked him why he killed his wife, given that they had just gotten married and she wasn't even living with him, Ram Silochan Pal revealed the shocking motive. Ram Silochan Pal explained that his wife lived in Mumbai and was very advanced. Although he loved her very much, he was troubled by her many male friends. When he asked if she had a boyfriend, she admitted that she did and that she was very close to him. Ram couldn't accept this and felt that she might betray him in the future. Driven by jealousy and insecurity, he quietly called his wife out of the house, took her to the hotel and murdered her. Additionally, the Q Crime channel offers numerous other captivating cases for you to explore. Don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on notifications to stay updated with Q Crime Story videos every day. Farewell for now, and we eagerly anticipate your presence in our future videos.